welcome back to my channel. If you have been here before and if you are new, then welcome. So I know it's been a while since I posted a video, if you've been subscribed to me. I've been working on a lot of things just kind of behind the scenes, and I'll be explaining more about that soon. But for now, today's video is going to be about how to kind of hack the law of assumption and work with your beliefs rather than against your beliefs. Kind of like go with the current instead of against the current kind of thing, and bringing it back to you instead of trying to work with the circumstances that you have in your life. Make it about you. This will make more sense when I get more into the video, but it's just basically about going with the flow instead of going against it. If we have really strong beliefs about something that we want, then this is a really good way to kind of get around the really strong belief that if you're having a really hard time getting over that belief. So my example, I have a few just to make this a little clear, and yeah, we'll just get right into it. So if you are trying to manifest money, per se, and I'm going to give examples of different areas of your life that you might want to change and manifest things in. They'll say you want to manifest money. Most of us want money. It may not be our primary thing that we're trying to get right now, but everybody probably wants more money. And what a lot of people do is they try to make it about the circumstances or about what the world can bring to you. Like, money always comes easily to me. I always get plenty of money. You know, I won $1 million, blah, 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 blah. And you make it about like things outside of you. And it's not that there's anything wrong with that, but for some of us, or for some people, that may not resonate with you. And it just depends with me. Sometimes it feels fine to say money comes easily to me. And other times it's like, just doesn't feel good. And you just want to work with what feels good for you in the moment. So it's kind of just going with the flow, kind of like I just said. So what you can do instead of being like, okay, all these things outside of me need to change, and I'm going to change them with affirmations. No, just take a step back and say something like, you're good with money. I'm really good with money. I make really good money decisions, and I'm just really good with money. When you say something like that, you're taking on a self-concept about yourself that says you're really good with money. And this is really important because if you're trying to manifest money into your life, it doesn't matter how much money you will bring into your life. If you kind of tell yourself that you're bad with money, whether you get tons of money coming into your life or not, you're gonna spend that money before you even have really a chance to do. It's just gonna always be, you're always gonna be spending it. Like, no matter how much you have, you're gonna be spending it. And you're not gonna have any just like there for you to use. And but what I mean by that is, for example, like a year or two ago, I would make a certain amount of money, and I would spend most of it going out to eat or doing things. And those were poor choices on how to spend money. And I told myself I was so bad with money, and yeah, that was true. And it was true because that's how I talked about myself. So I would go out and I would spend my money, and I wouldn't have any saved. And that was because I was telling the story about myself continuously. I'm not good with money. I'm not good with money. And then you kind of act out. Like, you, even yourself, are kind of reflecting back the things you say in your mind. Even you are. So if you were telling the story about yourself, like, I'm not good with money, it doesn't matter if you have a small budget like I did a few years ago and was spending most of it, or $1 million. You were going to spend it all and be in this continuous loop of like, I need more money. So the whole point of what I'm saying here is you want to have a concept of self that is, I'm great with money. I just am so good at saving. I'm so good at taking care of my finances, that kind of thing, rather than saying money always comes easily to me, that kind of thing. You can say either one, but I'm just saying this is a way of going about it where you're kind of fixing a problem before it starts, or fixing a problem that you probably wouldn't have addressed by making it about the outside circumstances coming and bringing it to you. So you probably have some kind of money right now, whether it's a small amount or a big amount. If you're telling yourself you're good with money and that you always save really well, and you just are telling yourself really good things about yourself and how you spend money, you're gonna naturally be doing those things and have more money. And then once you feel good about money, it can be easier to say, money always comes easily to me. Money just is always flowing into my life. It's a good way to start. And I'm starting to think this is how we should start any manifestation that's like a bigger manifestation for us. I think we should always start with a self-concept version of that manifestation. So like with money, like I'm saying, make it about you and how you see yourself with money. If you're trying to manifest a person, make it about how you see yourself in relationships, how you see other people and how they treat you. Make it more about that than about what you want the person to do. Start out that way. And once you feel really good about that, try going into the more specific things you want them to do. But I guarantee you a lot of those things are going to happen because you've been saying really good things about yourself and relationships. Those things just happen naturally because you were saying those things about yourself. Now, that can be a little bit different when you're trying to manifest a specific person and you have a story about how they don't want to talk to you and stuff. But just saying those good things about yourself, like people want to talk to me, people love talking to me, will help a lot. Depending on the situation, you may need to get more specific, but I think always starting with this self-concept about whatever you're trying to manifest is really important. And I hope that you're getting what I'm saying. I'm not saying not to say specific. I have trouble saying specific because I grew up in I don't know if this is just like where I live in the Midwest, but like my mom would always say Pacific instead of specific. And now I just say it. And I try my best every time I say specific. Did I even say it right that time? To say it correctly, and it's like a challenge in my brain because I grew up like that. But anyways, you can say specific affirmations, but I feel like it's really great to start with how you see yourself in, like, as next to your manifestation. I can't even think of what I'm trying to say here, but how do you see yourself with your manifestation? Like, what kind of idea do you have about yourself in terms of your manifestation? Do you feel good about yourself and how other people treat you if you're trying to manifest some kind of person into your life and changing a situation? If you don't feel good about how people treat you in general, if you don't feel good about how you act in a relationship, then that's going to be a problem that's going to come up later, or you probably have been seeing that problem come up in the past, in past relationships, and you want to deal with it. And it will also help in with the things you want now. Like, say you're trying to get a person to text you and it's someone that you've had a relationship with and it didn't go well in the past. You telling yourself things like, I'm really great in relationships. I'm really great at picking people who treat me well. I'm really great at picking people who are consistent and have good communication with me, who treat me really good, who give me the things that I want. You saying those things is being specific in a way, but it's making it about you. And I feel like that's really powerful. It's a really good way to go about it. It's not making it so much about the other person. Now, we talked about money and we talked about specific people. What about like getting a job? I feel like those are like the big three things, and then health, but we'll get into that in a minute. So job. How do you see yourself as an employee? Do you see yourself as lazy? Do you see yourself as unmotivated, unproductive? Make sure you're telling a story about yourself that is positive. Like, I am a great worker. I am what the future employee that I want to work with wants. Like, make sure that you're saying those things and not just making it about they offered me the job, I got hired. Like, you can, and it can work for some people, but for people where that's not working and you're not seeing results, I recommend highly that you make it about you and the kind of person you are as a worker and how you see yourself as a worker. Not just what kind of person am I as a worker, but how do I see myself as a worker? And let's make that a positive story. So whatever you're trying to manifest, make sure you're telling a story about yourself in regards to that thing that's positive and that feels good for you. Because if you're trying to manifest something and you don't feel good about yourself in regards to that thing, that problem is going to bubble up. And it probably has in the past if you've had experience with it in the past. But yeah, so this is just about, because I feel like when I hear self-concept a lot, it feels like to me it's about, oh, I'm a great manifester. I can manifest anything I want. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's really great. You should be doing that. But make it about the thing you want to manifest too, and make sure that you're reflecting back at yourself when you're creating affirmations. Like, how do I see myself in regards to this thing I want to manifest? And let's work on that. So let's go to health. Let's say you're trying to change some kind of appearance thing or some kind of health problem that you have. I would start telling a story about yourself about how you take really good care of yourself, and you're really good at taking care of your under eyes if you're trying to change that, or you're really good at taking care of your skin if it's that. And you will start acting out the thing that you say about yourself. It's crazy, and it seems like, well, if I'm in control, how am I manifesting myself? It's like you really are manifesting yourself, not just your body, but the way that you act. The things you say in your mind are manifesting the way you're going to act. If you were telling yourself, and this is me personally, I would always do this, I'm always tired, I'm always drained, I have no energy, I'm a lazy person. Like, I used to tell myself that, and I was like, that is the story. And even though I am in control, I'm in control in my mind. So if I keep saying things like, I'm lazy, I'm unmotivated, I'm tired, I never have any energy, I'm going to act out that and reflect that in my reality, because we are reflecting just like other people are. It's crazy. I didn't used to think of it that way, but recently I was like, we are even acting out the things that we're thinking. Like, our assumptions are being acted out by us too. So we better be saying something different that we like. This is just mind-blowing to me, and what I've realized recently with this. It's all about us. And it's not just about us in the way that I hear a lot of other people talk about it, where it's like we should be building ourselves up, making ourselves feel good in general. And no, make yourself feel good in regards to the thing you want to manifest. Because that's caring about yourself too, and that's going to get you really far, and it's going to solve a lot of problems that are going to come up if you don't take care of them. Because a lot of us are like, I want to talk to this person, I intend that they, or affirm that they already message me, or they message me, or they will message me, depending on which one you like to say, like which present, past, future, whatever, because it doesn't matter. And you say that and you make it all about the thing you want to manifest. And I have been guilty of this too. But instead of doing that, we should be like, I'm really good at picking people who reply back to me. Or like, I care about this person, so of course, since I'm so good at picking people, this person is going to respond back to me because I'm really good at picking people who I can rely on, and that kind of thing. Like, make it about you and the kind of person that you are and the kind of choices that you make, and how you're such a good person in that way. Like, you're so good at making choices, and you're so good at picking people, and that is such a loving thing for you, and it'll feel so good. I've done this in the last few weeks, and I kind of discovered it within the last few weeks, and it has just made me feel so good about myself, and it makes it about me, and it feels like I'm not trying to rely on other things, because even though I know that we're creating our reality with our assumptions, to not making it about the other thing that I'm trying to manifest, like, even though I'm making my assumptions and I'm waiting for them to reflect in my reality, I'm kind of relying on me and what I have to say about myself, if that makes sense. So yeah, I will use specific affirmations, but I really like to start with this making about you thing. And if we want to get into specific things, I think I could make my next video about, you just give me in the comments the specific thing that you want me to talk more deeply about this with. Like, if you have like a certain thing you're manifesting, you're like, how do I use this to do it though? Like what I'm talking about in this video. How do I like implement what we're talking about here and make it about what I'm trying to manifest? So if you want to, that could be the next video. This is just like a whole new way of going about affirming and manifesting. And I feel like we really need to talk about this because it works so well. But yeah, drop ideas in the comments of different things that you're like, well, how would I implement it with this? And I'll talk about it in my next video. That's pretty much all I have to talk about today. I'm going to go deeper into this in the future because it's so powerful and it is just something we should all be doing. But thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you liked the video. I don't know if you guys saw my last video, but I did update on the whole like uploading on certain days. I will upload twice a week, but it will be days that I feel like an impulse to do it rather than me saying I have to do it on this day or that day. It just feels like I make a better video when I feel inspired on a certain day. And I feel it several times a week, so it could be more than twice a week. It'll just be at least twice a week unless something comes up. Like last week, I was really working hard on some ideas behind the scenes. And like I said, I will be sharing those later. So anyways, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. As always, all my information about different things I offer down below. There's a free Facebook group. I'm going to be doing a lot more with that soon, which is part of what I'm going to be talking about and sharing with you guys at some point when I get it all put together. But you can go to the Facebook group to share success stories, hear other people's success stories, and ask questions, and I will be answering them in lives. I haven't been doing it the last couple weeks because, like I said, I've been super busy doing some things, but I will be getting back to it. And I do posts in there, like when I have like an idea pop into my mind about something that can make things a little bit easier or a little personal story, I'll share it in there. So yeah, you're free to join, share what you're going through, like just post it, and we can, like, you talk about it with the people in the group. It's fun. But yeah, I usually do lives every Sunday, and I will be doing that again next week in the Facebook group. If you want to do coaching, I do coaching. I make it really affordable. All the information for that is down below. I have several different kind of payment options, and returning people get a little bit of a cheaper price if, like, you've already been coaching with me and you want to do it again. But I can tell you that over email if you email me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching for like the 5th time I said that in this video. I'm so goofy sometimes. All right, guys, bye.